Come now, we have what you call the Roots Project. We have not seen anything being reported by the President of the Republic of the Gambia with regards to some of those projects, considering the grants that are involved to execute some of those projects, because it's over $3 billion that are involved in some of these projects, and it seems we are not realizing anything. Currently, the Ministry of Agriculture is circulating some marketing materials, that is with regards to the mini grants, as to young people benefiting from it. And what I saw so far is the ministry dishing out 450,000 to agro-youth entrepreneurs, whilst in reality, all that they're giving to these young people is $150,000. And I got these feedbacks from the youth farmers, from the direct beneficiaries of some of these grants. And I think the Ministry of Agriculture should do the Gambian populace a favor in ensuring that what is actually required for the citizens to benefit, for it to be given out as required. Most of the members have been saying the ministry should be moved to rural Gambia. I may disagree. I don't think it's really what we need. Looking at what the president stated in his address, he said he really wants to prioritize mechanized agriculture. Yes, I might agree, mechanized agriculture might be a solution for this nation, but also I think it needs to be looked at in a diverse way, more especially around integrated agriculture. Agriculture is an area that actually interlinks. So if you separate them, having rice at this sect, having crop at this sect, having animal husbandry at this sect, wouldn't really add much value to the sector. So I definitely want to challenge the Ministry of Agriculture through your office to actually revitalize agriculture in this country and ensuring that we get what we want. I also want us to look at youth and sports, because it's also a community, it's also a committee that I represent. And with youth and sports, sometimes, yes, we would blame the Ministry of Youth and Sports for not doing much for the young people of this country. But then I think, or I want to believe that the political will or commitment is definitely lacking when it comes to promoting youth development in this country. So as such, I definitely want to challenge the executive to look at that particular sector, more especially separating the youth sector from the sports sector, because looking at the budget that has been committed to the Ministry of Youth and Sports, chunk of it will go to sports and then leave the development or empowerment of young people to be vulnerable. And I think these two ministries or these two sectors need to be separated into two ministries wherein we can realize progress in that particular sector.
The National Assembly, the President may appear in the National Assembly to give a statement. And I've heard the member for Brikama not saying something. That is what I wanted to also highlight on. That we may call the President to come and discuss with the members of National Assembly on issues that we think are important for the Gambia. That's what I'm saying. I said, even though we can do that, the President can also send in the Vice President to come and speak on his behalf in the National Assembly. So I think we are in line. I mean, that is not a point for us to discuss or exactly. Honorable Speaker, the State of the Nation address by the President, I think every year is important. However we perceive the nation address made by the President in various ways from different sectors, in our own thinking, we will stand here and talk about them. And that is the nation address. But perhaps my own intervention will fall on 2 or 3 categories, Honorable Speaker. And that is, one is youth and sports. I'll talk about health and Office of the Vice President. First, and also lands and regional government. Honorable Speaker, on the youth and sports, the President said something very important, and I think we need to thank him. His government has been doing a lot of things for the Minister of Youth and Sports. But again, I wanted to I wanted to say this in quote. In sports, the Gambia is doing very well in various competitions. Football, athletics, beach volleyball, and martial arts are typical examples. I congratulate all our sports persons and officials on their success. The under-20 football team most notably inclusive. The government will remain solidly supportive of the sector. Honorable Speaker, the Minister of Youth and Sports, for me, I think is perhaps one of the most important ministries that we need to empower as a National Assembly. This ministry is neglected, and I think the failure for this ministry to advance sports in this country is the failure of this National Assembly, because we are not allocating them enough resources for them to do what they are supposed to do. Whatever the case, that is my point. We need to be able to give them money. Sports is lucrative. We have seen our neighboring countries, Senegal and all other countries, how they are thriving in sports. What is stopping this National Assembly from providing enough resources for that ministry to enhance sports in all areas so that our young people can take on sports and be able to get, the actual revenue that they deserve? Honorable Speaker, we cannot neglect sports. We cannot neglect sports. And I think the president, the government of President Adam Barrow, when he comes into power, we have seen the support that he has started rendering to sports, especially the national team. But that is not the only area. This National Assembly must stand up and ensure that we provide enough resources for this ministry. We can do a lot in sports and earn enough revenue to be able to work in this country and develop the Gambia. We can do that. The Independence Stadium has been here for 30 years. We have been using it. This current government, invested almost $100 million in the Independence Stadium. And I think that is commendable by the government. But we have to improve more. One thing we can do is we allocate resources for this ministry. We can support the young people. That is the only way we can develop as well. We can touch other areas, but we cannot neglect the Minister of Youth and Sports. For me, that is an important area that I have to talk about, and I think this National Assembly, whenever we have failure in that ministry, is as a result of this very National Assembly. We have to be able to provide enough, allocate enough resources for this ministry to empower the young people. That is us. We cannot just leave it like that, leave the ministry neglected without giving them enough resources, and yet still we start calling names to say the ministry is failing and they are not doing what they are supposed to do. Let's please consider that. Honorable Speaker, on the health, under the President's statement, he has done a lot on the Ministry of Health. A lot also has been left, but we thank the ministry for doing enough work. A lot of things are still pending, but like the President said, that they still wanted to construct 5 more state-of-the-art hospitals within the country. I think we commend the government on that, the President on that area. One way we can also do, I think I have to lobby in this area. My constituency is, it's a big constituency, and I think we don't have such a facility within the Greater Banjul area where we are. We have land. We can always accommodate that state-of-the-art hospital in our constituency. Our people definitely need that. Before you build a state-of-the-art hospital in an area where you have, let's say 15,000 people, I think it's better for you to construct the state-of-the-art hospital in an area where you have a huge population where they can make the best use of that facility. I know the minister, when the time comes, will consider that, and they will be able to identify an area that is more suitable for that. Honorable Speaker, on the Office of the Vice President, under the statement of the President, I have not had. Last year we had disaster, and the support that the government is supposed to render to the people, especially within my constituency, Nemakunku, Jabang, I know they are doing something, but we wanted to hear a lot more, because the people are still waiting. They wanted to, be supported. The rainy season is coming again. What are the plans ahead? What is the Office of the Vice President doing? How do they want to support them? Those things need to come as well, because I know the government has a lot of plans, but these plans need to be outlined for us to understand so that we can translate this to our people as well. Honorable Speaker, on the lands and regional government, one of the key areas that is affecting our lands within the Combo is the emergence of the estate agencies. And I think this is, doing a lot more harm. The minister is here. We'll want to hear, what are the things happening within the area? Because for me, I think estate agencies are doing a lot of harm. They are not doing what they're supposed to do. What are the legal, requirements for estate agencies to start, selling lands within our area without having all the legal